Hey guys, this is Nick, and we're back with another episode in the studio, and we're going to today talk about MIDI controllers. And MIDI controllers are used for a lot of different things, and many people think they're just keyboards, but there's tons of MIDI controllers that you can use. This one I use here is called FaderMaster Pro. I think it's kind of an old unit, a very old company, but a lot of people use it, and it's very sturdy, and it's great long throw faders, and incredibly easy to use, and pretty easy to set up. MIDI controllers are always kind of a mess to set up, but this one's pretty versatile and easy to set up and great build quality. And I would take a better built MIDI controller over a keyboard, or not a keyboard, but other things, because it's just important to have good faders. But let me just kind of run down the 8 channels I have on my main bank, and then I can talk about how I use them and things like that. So I am using them with 8 separate channels. They're all within Cubase, set up to different MIDI channels. And the first one is Modulation, very standard, just like your mod wheel that's used for controlling any sort of string, brass, things within Zebra or different synths, and just playing the instrument. That's pretty standard. Expression, CC11, to play with the amplitude of an instrument. Volume, CC7, for just adjusting the volume of an instrument. That's helpful for mixing, and I usually play these two together when playing a string, or if I just want the modulation, or if I want strong, I'll keep that up and just play the expression. It all depends on that. So these 3 are set up to those: modulation, expression, or CC11, or volume, CC7. And you can set all those up within Cubase or whatever program you're using. And it's very easy to do that. And these 3 should come mapped already together. But whatever MIDI controller you're using, you can just set it to that particular channel. You have to look up what channel it's on, and then you can go from there. These next 2 I set up are Control A, or breath control, which is another CC that I use kind of to control Zebra, the synth Zebra, which has a lot of parameters that are controlled by breath. So I use this to control synth parameters, not really use that for anything within a sampled instrument or anything like that. Vibrato I use for strings. If I want more or less vibrato, that helps to, it's very simple, bring it up or down. Different instruments will have different layers of vibrato. So oftentimes it's kind of like an on-off switch. Sometimes it works as more of a fade in, fade out of the vibrato, hopefully, but that's helpful. And then these last 3 faders over here are microphone positions. And I've mentioned in a different video that I use mostly Spitfire, and I put these 3 on the same MIDI channels that are in the computer. And what those do is they basically, any instrument that's selected within the computer, I can use these to adjust the microphone positions on the slave, which will then make me hear more of the close microphone. Here, we can go here. So here we're playing violin 1, and we're just hearing, well, we should technically, just hearing the close microphone. It's very quiet, but. Or if we want to hear more of the surrounds, as you can hear, there's more reverb now. Or maybe just a little bit of the room. That's how I do it. So I do a lot of my mixing with this and the sound that I want to get. These are very important to set up, in my opinion, because it can help you get a symphonic sound, bring everything in a little closer, just distance your mix in a way that's why you buy these sample libraries and get the reverb of the halls that they're recorded in. So those are these 8 faders. I have a different bank here which you can switch over to, and the bank I have set up for bank 2 are different microphone positions for other sample libraries. So I'll have like the galleries, I'll have the close, spot mics, left, right, and different ones that are different from these. I generally just stick to 6, 7, and 8 here, because those are the ones that for quick mixing. When you're writing, you don't want to mess with the microphones too much, but I'll generally do this and maybe a little bit of the close mic, or do room and this, but I will generally have this one up I don't want things too close unless I'm having more of like a chamber string sound or something like that. So that kind of runs down how I lay out these faders. And you can use it for anything. I mean, you could use it for volume, you could use it for anything to control MIDI within Cubase or Logic or any of them. And this is the most efficient way I found to set these up, because oftentimes you'll play with these two here, and then you'll mix a little bit with this, and then you'll use this to control synths, and it's just much more efficient to have the microphones on here or on your touchscreen and then play with it that way. So I'd say pick up any, if you can, an 8-fader, 8-channel MIDI channel controller, because it's just helpful to have that many. You can do the simple like travel ones with the 2. You don't need these, but if you're gonna go big, I'd say get something with 8 so you can program them all in and just have everything ready to go. This is crucial, I think. And just combining it with the touchscreen or whatever else you're using to do it, it's just super helpful and just speeds up your workflow a lot. That pretty much covers this. I think in a future episode, I'll go more into depth about the touchscreen, because that helps with just how these two interact and what buttons I have on there that combine with Cubase. So if you have any questions about this or MIDI or how to set up those things, you can look online, or you can leave a comment on the channel, and I can hopefully respond in a future video or a comment. And if you have anything else I'd like to cover, hit me up and we can discuss it in a future episode. All right, that's it for this one, and thanks for watching.